Morning Intuitives. Wanted to once again get a video out before work. Yeah, 12 to 9 today, and then back at 6:30 tomorrow morning. What fun! Got around to getting a haircut, and you know, I don't like it. I never like when I get a haircut at first. You ever notice when you get a haircut, it looks like shit for like 2 or 3 days? I hate that. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Uh, I did a bit of a darker video yesterday, but it was something I said I was going to put out, so, I gave my insight and my experiences into the cult dynamic of Chester County, Pennsylvania, and what I mean when I reference Chestertology, which is my word, by the way. It's mine. Mine. I invented it. So, see my subscriber count goes down and up and down and up. Again, you disagree with something, how about we debate about it? And be like, he said that, fuck him. Who cares what the context was? But, please like and subscribe and help the channel grow. And I have a bit of a light-hearted INFJ video today. And I wanted to explore why INFJs, are so good with and love dogs and babies. Because dogs and babies are awesome. End of video. No, it's a bit deeper than that. I've noticed my whole life, even, like as a little kid, that dogs and babies always gravitated towards me, and they would always, like, instantly warm up to me, where they'd be skittish with most other people. I think we've all seen, like, the person who tries to bullshit their way and say, like, how amazing they are, and then someone's like, here, hold the baby, and they don't know how to hold the baby, and the baby's like, meh, freaking out, because babies can see, who's a scumbag and who's not. I've seen a couple times with friends' kids, like the most outgoing, extroverted, like, hey, look at me, baby, meet like some, you know, bullshitting F-boy, trying to spit game, and the baby's like hiding behind my leg, like latched onto me for dear life, like, bad guy, help, keep me away. And same with dogs, they'll growl at people like that. So it seems to me that, dogs and babies have, some sense of intuition, like they're pretty good at seeing through people, that they don't fall for bullshit. I don't know how they do it. It's just been my observation that, in general, dogs and babies can see through people's masks like we do. So, of course, we get along. And it's been a help at certain times in your life, especially, for us INFJs, especially in our younger years, we can feel like outcasts and like nobody understands us, or nobody's giving us a chance to be understood because we don't run with the pack and just fall in line with the pack mentality, with what's popular, with, whatever the fad is at the time, and we stay true to ourselves and will not compromise our integrity even if it makes us an outcast, more so. So, dogs and babies are great at cheering us up, because it's like, here's, someone or a dog that essentially, it seems, can see us for who we are, and can see our empathy and our character, and, they gravitate towards us, and it's very, very much, cheers you up in a dark time, like, especially, like for me, it's like, if you're feeling like an outcast, and like nobody understands you, and that nobody's giving you the time of day because, you're not rich, and, you got like a little, like, 8-month-old baby who's like latched onto you and doesn't want you to put her down. It's like, oh, baby can see who I really am. And that's just really cool at times, where it's like, I don't know, so baby hides and cries when, rich prick douchebag over there tries to hold her, but, baby doesn't want me to put her down, and I just met this baby. Like, that's pretty cool. If only grown people could, see through people the way you do, baby. Yeah, so, and just in general, I've always liked babies, and, I was one of the few males who would watch babies in my early teens, because, well, they liked me. It was pretty easy for me at the time. In short bursts of time, babies are a lot of work, and, a lot of fun, a lot of work. But they're very, very good at cheering you up when you're in a dark mood. They can sense, I think, when somebody's down, because babies in general are very empathetic and snuggly. You know, they're like little ENFJs. And, you know, they just cheer you up in your darkest times. Dogs can too. You know, they're the next best thing. Dogs can sense, you know, when somebody's down and be like, come on, let's play. Like, I'll cheer you up, pal. And I think we've all seen, like, some douchebag, lying, hypocritical narcissist and, you know, see, like, the friendliest dog in the world growl at them. It's like, they know. There's no fooling them. So that, especially at times when it feels like nobody's giving you a chance, like you're being completely misunderstood and that the world itself is aligned against you because you're not, you know, some, you know, good little fall in line, good old boy authoritarian that's just like, yes, baby boomers are gods. Women are supposed to be exploited. You know, Republicans are never wrong. Chester County is the Holy Land kind of thing. If you're not like just falling in lockstep behind some pseudo self-appointed corrupt hypocritical authoritarian like my aunt who's the queen bee narcissist, again, watch that video too, by the way, then you know you're just like, no, just like, you just don't get how life works, and there is no place outside of this area. You'll fall off the edge of the world. Indeed you won't, because I have ventured beyond the walls of the kingdom of Chester County, and it is better out there. And there's no, you know, there's no monsters, you know, there's no dragons, sadly. I wanted to find a blue one to match my arm, but sadly they're not there. You know, Casanova family stories lied to me, bastards. But you know, dogs and babies are pretty much always there for you. You know, you have to take care of them too, but in a lot of ways they take care of you, and taking care of a dog or a baby gives an INFJ, you know, especially one who's down, a sense of purpose, as if like, oh well, I'm doing something important. It's like, oh, okay, like you're off, you know, uh, making a ton of money in a job that doesn't need to exist. Like you're some wealthy, like sleazy dude bro, like investment banker. It's like, yeah, guys like you rig the laws so that you can, you know, basically gamble with everybody's money and rob people blind. And then if the house wins and you go bust, you don't actually go bust because we have socialism for the rich and you get bailed out. It's like, I know, the Ferrari's nice, and, you know, a lot of shallow people think money's everything. It's like, but this baby needs taken care of, and, you know, she's awful nice and genuine and cheers me up. So it's like, it's more important. Or back in the day, you know, like way back in the day, like the mid 2000s, when I would occasionally meet like some, you know, moderately famous people who have money, and you know, they were about my age too, like late teens, early 20s, so they were pretty full of themselves, and a couple of them, they were legacies. So it's like, don't you know who my parents are? It's like, you should date Meghan McCain to it. Really hit it off. But I would always remind myself, like, I was already an EMT at the time. It's like, man, I've saved people's lives. That's more important, even though we don't really get paid all that well for that. And, you know, goes to show you with some things, like how another example would be like, look at the money professional athletes make compared to Navy SEALs. And I don't think most professional athletes could make it through BUD/S, because from what little I know in documentaries I've watched, and, you know, few people I've spoken to once or twice who genuinely were SEALs at one time, and you know, the records were checked. These guys were legit, all two of them. But they kick your ass in BUD/S, whereas in like professional sports, they kiss your ass. So I don't know. It's like, who's really more of a badass? I'm gonna go with the Navy SEAL. Yeah, hell, I'll go with the Hell's Angel over the, you know, douchebag athlete. Well, a lot of Hell's Angels have military experience too, but a lot they do I don't agree with, but at least they have some code of honor they live by. It's fucked up, but at least there's some lines they won't cross. So, you know, in your darkest times, you know, if you don't have a dog or a baby like me, you have friends who do, and they want someone to watch the dog or the baby, you volunteer to do it. Trust me, they're gonna cheer you up. They're going to show you that, you know, some people, be little tiny ones, and also some grown ones, can see through people's lies and bullshit and masks and facades and all the things of that nature. I know that was a little redundant. And the same goes for dogs, and that'll give you a sense of like not everything in this world is fake. Sometimes authenticity and integrity and honor and truth is valued over just materialistic things and sheer bravado. Sadly, a lot of times in life, that is, all that people care about. And I try to avoid those people because we have nothing to talk about. Yes, it's important to have enough money to not live paycheck to paycheck. It's not important to have enough money to buy luxury items solely to keep up with the Joneses and, you know, tell everybody all the things you have and make you feel like you are somehow superior for having them, kind of thing. This area doesn't really understand that. Get me out of here. Where's the helicopter? I need an evac. But, know that for dogs and babies, they're not like that. They want someone to give them attention, someone to take care of them, somebody to genuinely care for them. And INFJs are pretty good at that in general, whether it be a grown person, a baby, or a dog. And dogs and babies like when you do little nice things for them, obviously without asking, because they can't really ask. I mean, they kind of can, but they can't fully communicate what they want, and that's right in our wheelhouses as INFJs. So in your darkest days, hang out with some dogs and babies. They'll cheer you up, and they'll be pretty happy too, because we're good at giving people our undivided attention, and they like that a lot too, especially babies. Babies want your undivided attention. I've seen, especially baby girls, all the attention. If you're holding a baby girl, you can't be like off having another conversation or trying to watch TV. They want all the attention, which is fine because they're so cute and snuggly. Little boys are a little bit different from what I've seen. They want you to hold them up over your head and fly them around like a plane, or push them higher in the swing than their mom will, because that sense of I'm doing something I'm not supposed to be doing and it's dangerous is like the coolest thing in the world for young boys. It certainly was for me when I was a toddler. The more dangerous and the more I was told not to do it, the more I wanted to do it. Here's my side note for today. In the house we lived in when I was a baby, we had this like little loft attic thing, and there was this big sturdy wooden ladder, and this was like the only second floor of the house. It was like half a room with a sloped ceiling, but there was this ladder that I couldn't move even if I tried. Like my father, who was 6'4", like 230, struggled to move it. But I wasn't supposed to climb up there, which made it more fun, which meant all I wanted to do was climb up and down that ladder as a 2-year-old. Yeah, because it's like, oh, that's up high, and I like the view from up there. So, but remember, dogs and babies can see you as your true self, be that good or bad, and they're great judges of character, like us. If your intuition's reeling about something doesn't feel quite right about somebody, and if you notice that a dog is growling at them or a baby is crying or hiding from them, then that should be all the validation you need to trust your intuition, because you're both getting the same feeling. And INFJ intuition is said to be right about 80% of the time, and if another person is getting the same intuitive thought, the odds of both of you being wrong is pretty small. Everybody has off days, but the odds are in your favor that you're right for sure. So remember, trust your intuition, trust a dog's intuition, and trust a baby's intuition. And don't sell out your integrity to fit in with a group to feel better about yourself. Go play with a dog or hold a baby. It'll work out a lot better for you.